Mountain News this morning, a group of actors are sharing stories from the May tornado. And Kentucky's first medical cannabis product is about to hit shelves as early as this weekend.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Caroline Mueller. It is December 12th and the time is now 5:30. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, that snow is still coming down. When I was heading into the station this morning, what's to come?
We'll continue to watch that heavy snow move through for the next couple of hours. In fact, we're not going to stop seeing it make its way through eastern Kentucky until the late morning hours, midday hours, completely clearing by the early afternoon. So here's a look at right now what we're seeing on satellite and radar. Again, that heavy snow is primarily focused on our far northern counties, which will see the most amount of accumulation for the day. Now, in terms of temperatures right now, we are sitting in a mixture of the upper 20s and low 30s. And by the time we head into the afternoon, we will see some improvement. Upper 30s and low 40s are in the forecast for your Friday afternoon, right after the snow does clear itself out for the day. Now, tomorrow we will see similar temperatures, but another cold front's coming through, so that's something you need to keep your eyes out for. But in terms of that planning forecast today, highs will be around that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame, with those snow chances tapering out as we're heading into the afternoon. Caroline.
Sounds good, Megan. Thank you. In Martin County, police arrested a man after they say he jumped into a river in an effort to evade them. It happened on Sunday. Police say Brett Waller had a warrant for his arrest, which was for strangulation in a separate incident. Police say when Waller knew they were after him, he jumped into the Tug River. He was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. We previously reported Waller was arrested after jumping into the river last year as well. The suspect in Tuesday's deadly Kentucky State University shooting in Frankfort had his first court hearing yesterday. 48-year-old Jacob Bard is charged with killing 19-year-old John Darrell Fox Jr. and injuring another student. He pleaded not guilty. He'll be back in court December 16th. In Laurel County, one man is facing charges after police say he was caught on someone's property. It happened on Monday at a home off Sinking Creek Road. Police learned while going to the scene that Hugo Giovanni Vasquez was detained by the homeowner and another person. This reportedly happened after they saw Vasquez breaking into an outbuilding. When police learned that the homeowner had watched Vasquez break in, they took him to jail. A trial date was set for a couple charged in a child abuse case in Pike County. Jerome Norman and Mary Hall appeared in court Wednesday. Hall was arrested after reports say a child in her care showed signs of torture. Norman was arrested and charged with kidnapping and criminal abuse. Both Hall and Norman were taken into custody earlier this year. The trial date was set for April 6th, with a pretrial conference hearing scheduled for April 1st. Retired Clay County Minister Doug Abner died Tuesday, leaving a legacy of faith and hope throughout the mountains. Abner was 78, and during his time on earth, he helped many dedicate their lives to Christ and also helped organize a march against drugs in 2004 in Manchester, which gained nationwide attention.
There was drug dealers that he prayed with at drug roundups that Unite would do, and he was never hesitant to get down on his knees next to somebody on their worst day because he was determined it could become their best day, and often it did. He went into jailhouses, went into the prisons, wherever it was needed.
Abner also helped boost Operation Unite's faith-based movement that is still changing lives today. His funeral will be held today at the City of Hope Church. New mortgage-free homes are taking shape on Chestnut Ridge in Knott County, thanks in part to the Appalachia Service Project. More than 3 years after the 2022 flood, ASP says their work is far from over. I show you how yesterday's dedication marked a new start for one local mother. On a cold December morning, dozens gathered on a hillside in Knott County, celebrating a moment years in the making, as ASP handed a set of keys to flood survivor Heather Dyer.
Today is not about us. It's about you, Heather.
Dyer says recovering from both the 2022 flood and this year's February flood has been a challenge, especially while raising her children and searching for safe housing.
I got a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 16-year-old, and a set of twins. That's 11.
Her biggest hope now, to be settled in before the holidays.
I want in here before Christmas. This bed, big nice bed.
ASP leaders say dedications like this show why long-term recovery is still important and why they celebrate each step forward.
Every step of progress that we can help facilitate for them is worth celebrating.
ASP also prioritizes housing security for families still working to regain stability after repeated disasters.
For us, these homes are a gift of grace. Especially the survivors of 2022 and even flooding earlier this year. They've been through so much. They've had their world turned upside down.
And as more families begin their lives on higher ground, ASP says their message is simple.
None of us are going anywhere, and we are here. We are going to remain here.
For Heather, the day is more than a key handoff. It is the first time since the floods that having a safe, stable home feels within reach.
I love it.
ASP says they are able to build faster in Chestnut Ridge thanks to partnerships with other housing groups, including HDA, Homes Inc., and Samaritan's Purse, all working to help move more families to higher ground. It's been nearly 7 months since a deadly tornado touched down in southern Kentucky. Those who survived the storm are still working to rebuild. Tanya Poindexter's property looks much different now compared to earlier in the year. After the tornado, she had to demolish her entire home and build it again from the ground up. With the help of her community, she was happy to design and build her own home, but she mourns what was lost, the place that she grew up in with her and her grandparents lived.
It's still sad for me because I've lost a feeling of it. It was part of my heritage.
Not only was Poindexter's home impacted by the tornado, but also what she does for a living, working at the Wilderness Trail Wildlife Center. Poindexter's accepting donations from anyone that can help her rebuild. She says because she's a nonprofit, any donations will be a tax write-off. A group of actors are sharing stories from the May tornado. The Tri-County Mystery Meets usually tells stories of made-up characters, but this time they are getting real. Resilience is a play based on the events surrounding the deadly EF4 tornado. The play is split into 2 acts. The first featuring stories of resilience. Part 2 is the play. Actor Willie Carr is portraying meteorologist Shane Smith and his experience during the tornado.
It's different than what we have done before. I mean, you know, we've always had, you know, made up characters, you know, make believe, but this is, you know, it's different because these are real people that experienced a tornado.
You can hear those stories by watching the play this weekend. To see the dates and times for the show, just find this story on our website, WYMT.com. It could be a busy couple of days for road crews. Road crews in Boyle County say they are ready for several inches of snow. WYMT's Phil Pendleton talked to them about how they are preparing.
Plenty of salt to go around.
We have 400 plus ton on hand right now.
But it's not even mid-December yet.
It is what it is. You can't control the weather. Yeah, it's been interesting so far.
An 8-man crew will be prepared to jump in these trucks and be ready as soon as the weather turns bad, and they'll stick it out until the snow stops.
We do not have the luxury of shifting out, so we come out and we're out till we're done.
Boyle County has about 200 miles of county roads that these county crews will focus on. The city of Danville has their own streets and their own road department, as the state does, as the state will focus on the numbered routes. Basically, if you have a green road sign, you're covered by the county. Blue means the city clears it, and for a numbered highway, it's the state.
If you don't know who takes care of your route, you know, whether it be state, county, city, that's something, a way that you can figure that out.
They'll all be out working when it may not be safe for the rest of us.
I feel like that I'm helping make a small difference in where I live and helping.
Drivers say just give them more room for their safety and yours. In Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say they have pre-treated a lot of roads, but will work the event from start to finish once the snow starts becoming a problem. The University of Pikeville received a grant worth $1 million. The grant will go toward construction of the Tanner College of Dental Medicine. It was awarded by the James Graham Brown Foundation. Officials say construction for UPike's Tanner College of Dental Medicine is underway and will be the region's first dental school. And Kentucky's first medical cannabis product is about to hit shelves for the first time this weekend. Governor Andy Beshear made the announcement during yesterday's Team Kentucky update. The products that will be available were grown by Farm Tucky, making them the first licensed cultivators to get medical cannabis on the market. While products are only available to Kentuckians who have a medical cannabis card, the governor anticipates the dispensary supply will run out quickly.
So as a reminder, this Saturday will be the first day that medical cannabis is available to patients that are certified, but there will be a limited supply that we expect to run out on Saturday. But this shows certainly what's coming and is a big mark that we have now hit in this program.
The Post dispensary is scheduled to be open from 10 a.m. until 6 or until supplies runs out. More products will be sent to dispensaries as cultivators get running up to full capacity. Yesterday morning at the old state capitol, Kentuckians paused to salute the Commonwealth's military veterans during the National Wreaths Across America Day. It was a time to pay honor to those who have served and gave the ultimate sacrifice. The Wreaths Across America ceremony is where one wreath is placed at the flag base of each U.S. military branch and one for the prisoners of war. This weekend, wreaths will be laid at veterans' grave markers at each state veterans cemetery and at veteran sections across the Commonwealth.
Today also teaches us the value of freedom. We are also called from this space to not only remember those who have fallen, but to understand the values and the principles, freedom and justice that move them to make such a willing and ultimate sacrifice.
This weekend, wreaths will be laid at veterans' grave markers at each state veterans cemetery and at veteran sections across the Commonwealth. Coming up, from the stage to the screen, Taylor Swift is back. We'll tell you more in today's Eye on Entertainment report.
And the weekend's finally inching closer. I'll tell you how the weather will impact you coming up.